I can't wait to see our new beach condo.
Exciting! Y'all, so after all the time we spent trying to get a condo in the first place, all the time gone into planning and everything, all the stress, the whole process,
Yeah.
now
Let's go!
it's fully decorated. You haven't seen it since I decorated it. So are you ready?
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
You ready to see it in all its
Yeah.
glory? Okay.
I've been waiting for this moment my whole life.
Okay.
What?
What?
No way!
You've got to be kidding me.
Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Ready?
Okay.
Oh my gosh! You've got to be kidding me. This is perfect.
No way!
This is what
Looks good!
This is better than I imagined.
It is.
This is shocking me right
So
now.
all this hard work would have been coming here all the time and
Finally, it's
Nice.
done. Finally, it's done.
Look how open it looks.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, take a look around, guys. Look at all this stuff we did.
Wow.
What's your favorite feature, Frank?
Favorite feature would probably be, I love the fact that we put these wood beams
I love the
in
wood
the
beams.
in the
Oh yeah,
area
me
here.
too. I
think
love
it
the wood
opens it up and
beams.
it adds quite a bit of style to the room.
Well, because we had the change in height from the dining area up, it just really made the space.
Well, the other thing I love about it is the stain came out so well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Trying to make it look weathered and a little bit of gray and tie everything in, and I think that it just came out perfect.
Hudson, remember when we were with Mr. Al and testing the stain and it was all messy in here?
Yeah, I remember that. And now it's like a whole house in here.
What do you guys think was the biggest difference from the before to the after?
If I would have to say, the biggest difference would have to be the walls.
The walls, yes.
That's
Do you
true.
like the molding on the walls?
Yeah, because because the walls, I'm pretty sure, were not white when we
That's true.
first
Well,
did it. And
the
they
other-
added those wooden, beams there.
Battens.
Yeah, they added wooden battens, and I think that is a big change in the after.
You know, we did the battens because the ceilings felt a little low in some spots. So
Yeah.
making the walls white, like you said, and putting the battens on brings your eyes up, makes the space feel taller and bigger.
Yeah,
Don't forget, we had, I think there's a couple of cool things we did, but when you walk in, the first thing, Al made that special cover for the electrical box, which I thought was pretty cool.
And that was a great way to hide because there was no way. That was the annoying part is we looked at every option and could not move the electrical box.
Yeah.
And it was such an eyesore when you walked in.
yeah, it's definitely an eyesore because it's like a giant gray
Gray, yes.
military box carved into the wall.
And that wouldn't have looked good. Do you even notice the electrical boxes when you walk in now? I bet nobody will even know that those are there.
No, but I know.
But you know.
That's
yes.
true.
Well,
Because
yes, that's good.
because what we did was we disguised it as a wall.
That's right.
Yes.
See it.
Exactly what we did.
And not having to sneak into the laundry room in between the HVAC to do
Yeah.
the laundry. That was a nightmare. So
That was a pain.
yeah,
that
who
was
would
just
design
a
it that way, right?
Yeah.
So
Well,
now it's so much easier.
And I think it's a good idea that we took the bar top down. We had that raised bar top, and just dropping the bar top down to the main level of the island really made a big difference.
Yeah, but remember when we moved the island and then they uncovered that the plumbing was actually in the concrete in the floor instead? And so we weren't sure if we were going to be able to move it or what was going on because we'd already ordered all the cabinets, and thank goodness we were able to work that out because that was a little stressful when we got that text.
Do you think,
Like-
don't you think Mom did a good job? I mean, Mom was really the one that was here most of the time through this project. I think the plumbing in the island, that was a big issue. Then we had, the refrigerator wasn't going to fit. Thank goodness we caught that when we were measuring, right?
Yeah.
There was a couple little things like that, but they could be
Came up along the
big
way.
issues if we didn't catch them early. And that's, I think, the key thing when you're doing a project of any sort. You got to catch everything in the beginning, and the only way that happens is if you double check everything that's getting done.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were here every day, right, Hudson? Either
Yeah,
me or you
we
came
were
with me
here
a lot.
every day, working on this, and I think we did really good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think all of our vendors we picked for the flooring.
yeah. Vendor,
Owners and everything.
the floor looks way better than the before,
Yes.
because the floors were
Oh,
brown.
Yeah, they were terrible.
They were definitely brown, and now they're
There's that mold when we took
Oh
the
yeah,
mirrors
oh yeah.
on the wall.
That mold was just ew.
Oh my gosh.
But you think
So
about
crazy to think about now when you see it all pretty like this.
Yeah,
Anyway, it was
no
like,
mold, nothing is wrong here.
Yeah.
You could live here forever.
Oh well.
but the floors do lighten the place up.
Yeah.
And that's such a big change. When we first put them down, what a difference.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Can you believe we were able to actually accomplish this in 4 weeks?
Huh,
The
no.
thought about
crazy
that.
part.
Yeah, that's the crazy part about it, because we made Like, we spent a lot of money on it.
Yes, and our vendors were so gracious
Yes.
to work with us and be all in here at the same time to make it happen.
Yeah.
And they
did a
were
good job.
amazing.
Yeah, they did a great job.
Yeah, because
If
they
they were
we
the-
couldn't have done it without them.
If they didn't agree, this wouldn't be like this.
Exactly.
It wouldn't be our condo.
Exactly.
I think that the accent walls in both the bedrooms came out came out great as well.
Yeah.
Al did.
We took forever.
Oh my
Remember
gosh.
Al like measuring it out, and you and Hudson were out here like, come on, and I was like, no, it has to be perfect with the bed
Yeah,
and the
you were like-
nightstand and the sconces.
You were like, it has to be perfect. And I was
But
like,
it did. I had a vision of the sconce with the
Wait.
But Al actually worked it out, right? That was
Mom.
great.
I had a vision that this wouldn't look as good as it looks right now. And I think
Oh, thanks for
Even
your
though we all had faith in you.
and it's way better than I imagined.
So one of Daddy's favorite things, which is crazy, is the little electrical outlets
Heck
by
yeah.
the bends.
Oh yeah.
Why can't we
Heck
just
yeah.
get one of those for my side of the bed at home? What is the deal?
Because our guests get to have the joy of
Yeah, but we can
the
get one
convenience
still.
of them. They have the USB ports and the plugs right there. It's so convenient for the rental.
You know what though? But a lot of times when people are renovating condos or building rentals in general, they don't think about what it's gonna be like for someone who stays there.
Right.
And I think we did a good job of that with the functionality, with the things that we added like the USB ports.
Mm-hmm.
Those things matter. And then we also considered wear and tear because you did the waterfall on the countertop.
Yeah, that's
You
why we did the waterfall edge
Yeah.
in case people bringing their luggage in and
right.
hitting the side, and at least with the quartz there, it'll keep up better.
You have to start with the customer in mind. And I think that helps when we do that. And I think you did a great job. Everything here just looks amazing. I really like the tile on the back of the island.
Oh yeah.
You
I think
fought
that's
me on that.
tile.
You thought I was crazy.
Yeah, I wasn't too sure about it. I thought it might be too much, but it's really not. It looks good. And we haven't even talked about the shower and the master.
Yes.
Oh yeah. We
That
didn't
looks
talk about
sweet.
Oh yeah. That looked sweet when we finished it.
I know. When I went into the flooring company and I was like, I need a blue herringbone on the back wall and white on the other ones. And what do we do on the floor? But the one thing is, we ran out of the white tile. Did you even know that? We ran out of the white tile, and he said, we don't have enough to do the niches.
No, I never knew
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, and so
why
I
we did the
said,
blue.
okay, let's switch it out to the blue inside of the niches, but let's just do it on a vertical to make it stand out. And I think it actually turned out really good. So,
Yeah.
but that was one thing that was like an accidental design. But the other
big
thing
deal.
about the shower is before it was a super low shower head. Remember when it was a tub shower combo?
Yes.
And not only did we raise it up as much as we could, but we also relocated the shower head to the other side of the shower
Yep.
so that you could reach in and turn it on, but you
Smart.
didn't have to get wet. So we were thinking of functionality there too. But when we had the walls open up and everything, we were able to relocate that shower head, which made it make so much more sense.
This is the other thing that I think it's always tough to do. When you have a blank place and then we draw out the furniture
Yeah.
on the floor.
Yeah.
And you're always wondering, is it too tight? This is gonna feel too tight. It's not gonna fit right. But
You were really worried about
I was
the
worried
table.
about. I was
and
really worried about it.
Like, it'll be
Even
fine.
though you see the space, and I can remember sitting at this table in our home because that's where we were keeping it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
saying, "Are we gonna have enough room? I don't know." And so I think putting the time into those things, but it came out really well. Can you believe it's
Yeah.
the same place?
I can't.
You were drawing on the floors because we were writing out the furniture placement.
Yeah,
right?
we could draw on the floor. That was
You
amazing.
You made a whole artwork on the floor in the bathroom. That's the only time you're ever allowed to draw on the floors.
Yeah. But if we get another condo,
Oh, okay.
maybe I can do it again.
Oh no,
'Cause
we
that
can get
was-
another one.
Yeah, we're going to do it. Our third condo, yay!
We had all of our guest bedrooms stocked with plumbing fixtures
Ah,
and lighting fixtures and tables and all kinds of stuff, didn't we? And what day did we bring that table over? Remember, it was Christmas.
Yeah.
It was Christmas Day.
That was like
You opened presents and then we were like, let's go set up furniture at the beach condo.
The light.
So let's talk about one other thing, the curtains.
oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Because she really
Hey,
rushed those.
I
for-
said
did a
that in
great
the
job.
first place.
You did?
Yeah.
You did say that, yeah.
They did a great job. They always have. We've used them for a long time.
We were really worried because she was like,
Yeah.
it's going to be weeks out and we were on such a timeline, but she pushed them and
Yeah.
they're beautiful.
Well, you imagine like what the curtains typically look like when they put them in these condo buildings, and
Remember
I
our
could
old-
get sick.
Remember
looking
the
at
old
them.
curtains in here?
Oh my god!
Like compared to these, and then remember in that old curtain in the guest bedroom compared to the beautiful plantation shutters. Just taking that out and putting the plantation
so
shutters in
dark.
there makes such a huge impact.
What I mean, think about it. When was the last time those were done?
Yeah.
That was when was when
No,
was,
for
this
sure.
unit was what?
90s,
Yeah,
like
96.
96,
96.
396 something.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you think of the sconces?
Oh.
The sconces in the bedrooms,
Oh,
which
yeah.
are the lights next to the bed.
Oh yeah, those are definitely way better.
Yes, they used to have the cords going up the walls.
Oh
and-
yeah,
The
that was
hanging
the
ones
old
in the
ones.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was just ugly
Yes.
to look at. That was an eyesore.
So we had Mr. Tim put in the wiring for the sconces, and then we got it where you can dim it. Each person can dim it, so if you
Hey.
want to stay up and read.
You know something that was really tiny that we did in here that I always love. I know you do too.
Yeah.
Is the under cabinet lighting in the
Oh,
kitchen?
Oh,
yes.
jeez,
We
that
actually
was just
did.
amazing.
So they now, in our old stuff we've done just the regular under cabinet lighting. First fluorescent, then LED, but now they have these LED strip lights. And so this is the first time we've tried that. And it's really cool. And when you turn it on, it has, I know I'm like such a nerd, but it has this like time where it fades on, like gently fades on. And I just get, it's like so awesome every
You
time.
love that.
I know, it's so
But
cool.
it sets a good mood. It's like relaxing and
Yeah.
cozy in
it's
a
like
place when it has
it's
that.
like it's bright, and then after that, at nighttime you turn it off, and it's like.
And we put the dimmer switch on the dining room light.
Yeah.
Daddy thought I was crazy about the chandelier in the dining room. He was like, that's too fancy for a beach condo. But I thought
I
it was
don't
really
pretty fancy.
open.
I don't think anything could get fancier than this. I don't think so. I don't know what Dad was talking about.
But with the glass the way it is, I didn't want anything to obstruct your view of the ocean from the kitchen.
Yeah.
But I knew we needed a chandelier. So when I saw it, I was like, this is the perfect balance of having a beautiful chandelier, but also not obstructing the view.
Yeah.
So, and then the other great chandelier that we added in the great room, because we did the beams, Mr. Tim was able to carry the wiring up the wall. We hid it in the beam and we were able to have an overhead light because before, if you remember, this room was really dark.
Oh yeah.
In the great room.
Like that light was not there.
Yeah.
That chandelier was not there.
Talking about lighting, in the guest bedroom, there were not any lights. It was just that one
I know.
sconce running up the wall.
Oh, yeah.
Do that.
And so I thought, well, can we access this bulkhead right here and do something cool with it? So Tim got up there, and when he found out it was hollow in there and I could run the electric to have those pendant lights over the nightstands, and then it just sets it the tone against that wall, the showpiece in the room.
Yeah.
And it doesn't also obstruct from what you want to put on the nightstand. So it gives people the option to have the light, but not have to take up the space of their nightstand.
I also think that, interchanging the blue with the white throughout with the doors.
Oh yeah, that definitely is better.
Well, just changing the doors in general. So we
Definitely.
took the old school,
Like-
hotel looking doors, and we put in these gorgeous Craftsman style doors.
Like
Change.
these look
amazing.
like celebrity doors.
Yeah, they're
be-
beautiful.
like-
And
That's just
let's talk about the pocket
Don't
doors,
blame
y'all.
me.
Let's talk about the pocket doors. So we had that annoying door that went into the from the hallway into the guest bath, and it would hit the doors every time, and we were like, "Arr!"
It was like
Yes, and then we took that out. We put in a pocket door into the guest bedroom so it didn't obstruct the door of the bathroom.
And the thing is, there was a door right there.
Yes.
But we took that out and we legit covered it up. And legit it's hidden.
Nobody would ever know walking in that there was a door there before, would they?
Yeah, never.
And now it's 2 true bedroom suites because everybody has their private bath.
Oh, yeah.
The other thing that I think was a good move, it's funny, those decorative panels that we've used before in the ceiling.
Yes, the ceiling
That
tiles.
that adds a little bit, something you don't notice, but it's there. Should you look up, it makes it kind of tie in with everything else.
Talking about ceiling tiles, remember the big, huge fluorescent light in the middle of the kitchen, which is in all of these oceanfront units, and you're like, can I take this out? How will it look? How am I going to do that? So we took out the fluorescent light, put in beautiful LED lights, and covered up. You wouldn't even know that huge rectangle fluorescent light was in there. We added the light in the shower in the master. We took out those ugly fluorescent lights in both bathrooms over the vanities. And then we drywalled it and put in the cans. Remember the hallway coming in? We weren't even planning to do the recess lights there. We didn't want to obstruct a sconce coming out into that hallway.
That was a good idea.
Good point, Mom.
Yeah.
You know what though? I think taking both beds out of that guest and putting one big bed was also
And that was a big decision.
Yeah, because it just wasn't pretty.
Remember, you could barely even get into the closet because you had this much space.
Yeah,
in between
because
the bed and the closet.
the closet would hit the bed.
Yes.
I'm not joking.
How do you put luggage in that when it's that close?
How?
Y'all, remember that weird owner's closet that they had put in, and then they had made this other closet with no door in the main bedroom.
Yeah.
We had to then bust it out again and remake the closet. That was.
Wait, we had to bust it out?
Yeah, we had to bust out the wall they had put in and extend the closet back into one and then put new doors in. Here's what we know from renovating the last beachfront condo. Renter, it gets heavy use, right? Because people are coming off the ocean, they're coming in here. So all the decisions we made might have cost more up front, but the goal is that the condo stays nice for the long run because we used nice products. We did it the right way. So we didn't cut corners. We used, nice materials that are going to hold up and keep this place looking good through seasons and seasons of renters.
Yeah.
For sure.
So this is the second oceanfront condo we've renovated. So would we do it again after going through this whole process again? What do you guys think?
Oh my gosh. Talk about, I'll tell you what was really amazing about this whole process for us. We've been in the business a long time.
Yeah.
21 years for me. Yeah, and almost as close to for you. And how many things did we learn or come across that we never thought, we've never seen? And that's just because at the time.
Well, and it was different
learned
than the other condo we did.
We learned 1,000 things when we finally finished this.
Well, and that's the thing is, renovating the oceanfront, every single condo building has its own nuances, things you can do, things you can't, things you have to submit to the HOA or you don't, things in the walls you can't move or funky things. Do we think that other people could renovate oceanfront condos?
Yeah, definitely.
What would we recommend? I would say finding people you trust.
I know. Finding people you trust. Making sure to spend lots of money.
You definitely have to know two things. One, you have to know your numbers.
Yeah.
And two, you also have to understand where you're going to renovate and the differences in rules in municipalities.
We had to hire a project manager that was a GC because we had to pull permits. We had to have all the inspections from the city of North Myrtle Beach. We had to prove to the HOA that we had a general contractor, all of our contractors were licensed, and that we had permits. So it was a lot of paperwork and to make sure we did it the right way.
And if somebody's gonna do their own, renovation, they absolutely can. But the other thing to consider is where you're gonna put the stuff. Because we were collecting furniture along the way.
We were.
Yeah.
So you have to have a place to put it, or you just wait till you move in and it's empty, and then you gotta start then.
Well,
Good job, team. I thought it was a successful renovation.
And it's over.
Yeah.
Check out our renovation and more on our YouTube channel. And let's say see you next time. See you next time. Hereda team to help you buy a house. Hereda team also helps you sell your house. Hey, what if you take this condo and then move it to the Caribbean? Now that would be perfect.
That would be perfect. Yeah.